welcome to Everyone Racers,
a show designed for the world of low-dollar racing and oddball car culture.
It doesn't matter what kind of Lemon Champ or Lucky Track Dog league you run.
SCCA or NASA, we don't discriminate.
as long as you drive it hard and built it yourself.
Join us each week for tech discussion,
Tips, tricks,
as well as news and notes from the world of amateur endurance racing.
whether it's on the spot.
hella sweet,
Or we're lucky enough in
Chrissy,
Chrissy,
I give you just the tip.
we're sure you'll giggle a little.
and learn even less.
Everyone report to the paddock.
This is Chris.
This is Chrissy.
And I'm back.
Yay!
And I'm still mental.
Okay. And welcome to a Studio 434 episode, also known as Britain's largest car collection. This collection is conservatively valued at 40 million euro and includes cars, motorcycles, and automotive memorabilia. There's over 100 years of motoring represented here, starting with a stately 1911 Vulcan 15.9 horsepower, just baller tourer. It's got a dicky right seat up to a 2017. It's got a dicky seat. Correction, right up to a 2017 Rolls-Royce Wrath, which is the most powerful car in Rolls-Royce history. Among other highlights is the largest private collection of Aston Martins, including 24 variants of the iconic Aston Martin Lagonda Wedge model. This group of 450 cars is the making of Roger Dudding's very extensive collection. Dudding, a creator of their familiar Lonsto automated ticketing machine system, which is used in supermarkets and retailers the world over. He has curated an amazing group of cars, motorcycles, and memorabilia, which are now housed at a pair of Hertfordshire locations. Link will be in the show notes. Check it out.
Some cool stuff.
Yeah, cool stuff.
Really cool stuff. All available for hire, it says, too. So if you want to rent a Aston Martin Lagonda Series 2, they've got 7 of them. So 8, 9, yeah, whatever, a bunch.
A lot.
They Check certainly out have my more. dicky seat. Yeah, I'm trying to find that Vulcan to see what a dicky seat looks like. You can't show that on this. It's a family show.
I didn't write it. It just showed up on the website. Okay. What you working on while we're all searching for the cars that are in this website? Tim, let's start with you. What are you doing?
Missed last week. I was in Florida with my dad, and my buddy Tommy got remarried, and my nephew Darren, we hung out with him for a little while. And would you guys want to do a quick game of Guess the Rental Car?
Sure.
All right. So I had a rental car. That's a great start.
How many people were you planning on taking with you?
And I liked it.
Oh.
Okay. Was it from a mainstream rental company? National.
How many people were you planning on taking with you?
5 with luggage. Okay. I'll say Chrysler Pacifica.
That was my guess as well.
Yeah, I mean, like that is, do they even use Odysseys anymore? They just use Pacificas.
It was not.
Okay.
Okay. Planning on having 5 people with
SUV.
luggage.
It's an SUV. It's an SUV. I hated it from the outside.
Oh, okay. Was it, is it something Korean?
Correct.
All right. Kia EV6. Okay.
No more guesses?
No.
Last chance.
Palisade.
Nope. It was the Santa Fe, which is hideous from the outside. But amazing. Like you could configure the seats like a captain's seat, and you could change like how much the middle row sits, so you could create as little room in the captain's chairs in the back, or as much as you needed. The infotainment was just very intuitive. Car didn't have a lot of power, but like, wasn't really looking for that. But it drove nice. It was quiet.
2025?
2025.
Okay.
Yep. It had good lane assist. All the cameras and everything in it were really good. I was color me impressed.
They are quite ugly.
Terrifying.
They look
Yeah.
like they're trying to be a bunch of different cars, and none of them are good.
And someone was playing too much. What's that game kids play?
Roblox.
Minecraft. Rumble.
I was gonna say if Lego like designed a car, this would be it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I buy that. They should make one if they didn't already. I mean, I guess I don't know who's going to buy that because Legos are expensive and that's dumb. So, yes, but seemed like a good idea.
But it was good. No upgrade. It was just in the Emerald Isle. So I was like, sure, I'll give it a shot.
Well, great.
And then today I was driving the Corvette around. I brought it to a smog shop. The O2 sensor is still not reset, so I'm more miles on that. So I'm going to do a longer 6th gear run up and down the wonderful highway.
None of your internet research tells you how long till that ECU resets.
There's a very long and complicated drive cycle. And the only way I've ever found it works on the GM stuff is you just keep trying it. And then I have a phone app that connects to the OBD2 port that tells me if the readiness monitors are set. So I don't have to keep going back and having them say no. I can just keep doing stuff until it tells me they're ready to go.
Just keep driving. So, yeah. So I kept driving.
Are really important for one of them. And then steady state speed at like 50 is another thing. And it's got to idle for 3 minutes with the like rear defroster on. And, then you stand your head and pat your stomach and chew gum.
None of them hopefully have to do with the AC, because after I purged the system, when the motor came out, I have not yet replenished it. So I have not been using the climate control at all.
It was something about putting enough of a load on the engine from the very start of I don't know, whatever. Good luck, Tim. I've struggled with that myself, and mostly it was in my old Suburban. That the problem was that like it was never warm enough for it to go into do all the tests. So all winter I couldn't, because I can't. It's impossible. Drove it around daily. Nope, not gonna happen.
Well, hoping for the best. But I did get it on the highway today. Drove down to Jeff Gates's shop, where he had David Freiberger's his boxy pickup truck that got hit.
I think it's what they call a 10 grill. Yeah.
Yep.
It's a Dodge. Yeah.
Yep. So orange truck, he did a little repair job on it. So David was there doing mechanical body work, video recording. So he was doing all the things. So it was cool to shake his hand and say hi and see all the stuff in Jeff's shop. He reorganized it and it's gorgeous. I love the way he set it up. So that was good. And then I was working on the turd a little bit today. I pulled the spark plugs on it and they are sooty, super sooty. So I swapped those out with a used set that I know are good. They were just a maintenance used set. And then I cleaned the MAF sensor. I cleaned the oxygen sensor that goes into on the charge side of the air intake for the turbo. So cleaned both of those, started the car up. It coughed and sputtered. It ran for a second, super, super rich. So did that, then it wouldn't start again and coughed and sputtered. And then I pulled one of the plugs again and it was instantly black again. So I've got to figure out why it's running so rich. So next thing up is I'm going to just check and make sure that the MAF sensor wiring is not damaged. And it's not, I plugged it into the computer. There are no codes. So if that's not it, it's either probably an injector, like an injector being stuck. That's a direct injection motor, which could be an issue, or fuel pump. So the fuel pump's turning on in the fuel cell. You can hear it. I've got to check the pressure at the rail. So I'm going to go get one of those mechanical gauges for the Schrader valve on the rail, see where it's at there. Hopefully it'll be I'm guessing somewhere in the 30 to 50 range would be acceptable for a high pressure fuel pump.
If it's direct injected, it should be a whole lot more than that.
Well, the pump on the motor. Yeah. Yeah. So the pump to, the pressure to the high pressure fuel pump.
Got it.
There's no downstream way to test it after the high pressure pump. So I've got a spare. I'm going to swap it. Assuming I'm getting good enough pressure to that pump, I'll swap the high pressure pump. And then it'll be pulling the injectors and seeing what's going on with the injectors. And maybe just because we ran it with bad gas in it, we kind of gummed up the system a little bit. So more to come. We'll see.
Never a dull moment.
Oh, cars.
This is a stupid hobby.
It's terrible. I
Hey,
love it.
it gives us lots to talk about. So there's that.
Yep.
Yep. Mental, what are you up to?
Nothing car related, like at all. So, yeah, it was, my, wife's friend was in town. So we went and had a lovely dinner with her Saturday and just overate and sat around Sunday and felt bloated. Monday, of course, May the 4th. We have comments on that. And then yesterday, we were recording this on a Wednesday. Yesterday was Cinco de Mayo. So I snuck out of work early and the wife and I went downtown and enjoyed several of the festivities there. So we had fun.
Tacos.
Yeah. Not so much tacos, but mucho cerveza y tequila.
Sounds good. See?
Great. Chrissy, what
Great.
have you been doing?
Oh, I've too much work. Lots of work. Drama. Chickens. Helped with the garden. Chris is going to talk about fencing on the garden. And snowed a lot here yesterday. We're like,
Wow, really?
yeah, really.
I mean,
11 inches, you think?
yeah, between yesterday at 5 and today at noon, we had 11 inches here.
Yeah.
Starting melting because
Yeah,
that's what
totally.
happens. It's going to be 70
In 2 days.
on Saturday, right? Yeah.
As Colorado does. So, yeah. Chris, go ahead.
I did some fencing around the garden by putting in some new stakes to hold up the fencing. Chrissy dragged an old roll of fencing we found in the upper pasture out of the pasture, and we cut that up and tied it to the fencing just to try to keep the deer out of the garden.
Probably turkeys too.
They will
Probably.
clear it.
The deer walk
Oh,
through.
I know. So they might clear what we have, but we decided that we didn't want to do a second layer because we were lazy. So
I mean, it's already 4.5 feet high. Like, we probably need another little bit more to help the deer not clear that. But
Yeah.
we can do that in our light material.
yeah, right.
Yeah. So
I'd rather razor wire because then you can just walk around it. I got rid of all my razor wire, sadly.
it's barbed wire. Different.
Barbed wire, whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
razor wire is even worse.
It is true. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I don't really want to play with that either.
Mm-mm.
Built some shelves in the barn to hold wheels and tires and stuff to keep it off the ground and be able to fit more stuff in the barn to keep it out of the garages. And things like wheels and tires are a great thing to keep out of working spaces but keep them inside, which is nice. That actually went just fine. And I was trying to move the boat with the lawnmower with the hitch I'd put on it last fall. And that promptly bent where it attached to the mower. So I had to straighten that back out. That involved putting a jack under it and then jumping up and down on the mower. And that didn't get it quite good enough. So then I reversed full speed into a very large rock to push the trailer back up a little further. And that got it straightened out nicely enough. And then I had I looked for some scrap. I don't have a lot of scrap metal. I didn't bring a lot with me because I didn't have that much and didn't want to
And we didn't
cross
want
country.
That's
Yeah,
weight.
carry it
Yeah,
around.
exactly.
Yeah.
Right. But I found, so the Range Rover came with an extra like jack handle, like for the scissor jack that comes in it. And I just said, why do I have this extra scissor jack handle? And I I double checked in the car. Yep, there's one right there attached to the jack.
Just making sure before I lose it and need it.
Right. Okay, fine. I don't need this. So I cut it up and used those rods to make a triangulated rod system to the end of the trailer hitch. And that held up very well. Yes, Tim.
So a good friend of ours, Dean, was racing at Buttonwillow and thought he blew his transmission in his Porsche, and he sent his brother to LA to go and get the transmission. And when he was almost there, he realized it wasn't the transmission that was bad. So he had Daryl come back, and on Daryl's way back, he got a flat tire in the Range Rover. And guess what broke off when he was trying to change the wheel?
The jack handle.
The jack handle. So maybe having a spare one isn't a bad idea.
Oh, well. Now it's cut apart into several pieces and welded to the back of my lawnmower. So, yeah. But doing so, I was able to move the boat and not bend anything on the back of the mower. Now it just picks up the front wheels if you accelerate too much
And that's just fun.
Yeah.
But then you don't go. But then you don't go anywhere.
No, sure you do. The back wheels have lots of traction at that point.
I'll say, I grew up in the South. I know perfectly well that a tractor can pull a giant sled of rocks on just its rear wheels.
Yeah.
You're not fooling me.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. The little snow removal today because it snowed. Yeah.
It's 90 degrees right now.
We said it's going to be 75 tomorrow or 2 days from now.
Monday, it's going to be 82. And today it snowed because Colorado.
Yes.
So, and also February, it was in the 80s. So, whatever.
And December.
You take what you get. It's fine.
Spin the wheel of weather.
Pretty much.
Really happy to have moisture falling from the sky.
Yeah, moisture is, there's only one. Moisture. On the wheel of weather, there's only like one or two of those like tiny.
Yeah, that's like the $10,000 sliver.
The jackpot.
Right, yeah.
The tiny slivers are rain.
Is rain. Yes. So I'm happy for any moisture from the sky.
And
all of it.
My water comes from you, so I also
you should care.
I also want you guys to get some.
Yeah, that's a thing. Yep. A lot of people get their water from us, and they're not going to get a whole lot because we don't have it to give.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, business time. Okay, but the downshifts. But in an F-150, it might be happening without you knowing it. Adam Ismail from The Drive tells us that Ford is recalling 1.4 million F-150s from 2014 to 2017 that have the potential to have a gear shift glitch that will magically drop you down to second gear. Seems pretty terrifying. If you're clipping along on the highway, you don't expect to need downshift at all, let alone go into second. So if you have one of these vehicles, you might want to head to the dealership for a powertrain control module update.
It's downshift, so.
The downshifts.
Hey, dumb ways to almost die. Well, first off, it's really not safe to carry propane tanks in your car, but if you need to do so, don't add to the risks by smoking. Logan Carter at Jalopnik tells us about a really dumb woman who was injured, and how was she not killed? We don't know. When she was transporting a propane cylinder that was massively leaking in her Pacifica, and it blew the roof right off the car. How'd this happen? Well, according to NBC4 Washington, quote, investigators believe with temperatures in the 30s that morning, she probably had the windows rolled up so a leak would have filled the car up with gas. So if you're going to transport propane cylinders, don't do it if you suspect it's leaking.
That's scary. That's a scary looking like wreck. If you go,
that looks like it was hit by an RPG.
Yeah.
It just exploded outwards, which is unusual. Yeah. So if you smell the smell of gas, open the window and stop and do something about it. Don't say, I guess I better have a smoke while I think.
Well, I figure this out.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, folks, this was happened a while back. We just haven't had a chance to get to it, but you knew we were going to not let this one go. Now, if you're planning on getting your car on track, it's ideal you want to do this through like the proper channels, not just blast onto a track. You get in serious trouble. But I'm guessing if you're in a police chase, you're really not that worried about the law itself. So Brian Sylvester over at the Utopian tells a story about a driver of a Ford Taurus. He was at an autocross at Rockingham Speedway, North Carolina. While they're doing the autocross, he decides he is just straight up going to take a detour onto their track. And you can see it here. And how no one was killed. Also kind of like that propane explosion. Yeah. And so he, of course, was not active. Doesn't mean, however, it's not against the rules. In this video, the chase that we're showing right now shows people running out of the way. The Taurus being chased by what looks like a Yukon, a Charger, and an F-150 police vehicle. Now, the Autotopian did reach out to the group putting on the event. They confirmed no one was hurt, but the driver was arrested, and he got 4 seconds for hitting 2 cones, which he should have.
He just didn't know what that pointer cone meant.
Oh, he knew. He's just playing stupid.
That F-150 downshifted to second and was like, here I come. Well, we have Lemons, and it's coming to Road America. You could drive there in one of Wisconsin's finest cars if you go and check it out on Racing Junk. Just remember that the American Motors Corporation, or AMC, in all their glory, was based on Kenosha, in Kenosha, Wisconsin. So we found this peak AMC, pristine condition, 83
manual
Eagle wagon. This really, really clean example is even equipped with a 5-speed and the straight 6. It comes in a lovely cream and brown 2-tone paint. And even better, the seller has the pro membership. So there are 50 super high quality photos for you to just enjoy. From the ad, 89,000 miles shown on the odometer, 4.2 liter inline 6, 5-speed manual transmission, a single speed transfer case, a Jamaican beige paint with copper brown cladding, nutmeg vinyl, and Durham plaid cloth upholstery.
That is sexy interior.
So good. It sits on 15-inch alloy wheels. It has power steering, power front disc brakes, factory AM radio.
Because who wants FM in Wisconsin?
Yeah. You're not going to listen to anything on that anyway. It's got the build sheets and the manufacturer's literature with a clean Carfax report. All of this gorgeous beige, warm, tan browns for kind of a budget exemption $20K. But where else are you going to find one this nice? This thing's amazing.
Beautiful.
My Scoutmaster had this exact vehicle almost spec'd out exactly the same, except he got the optional factory CB radio.
Oh.
Wow.
Remember when those were everywhere for like $3,000?
Oh.
Okay, it's upcoming. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say, the last one I saw is on a farm in Alaska. Dominic Cordell.
Okay, now it's upcoming races time. Sorry about that. Lemons is at Road America, as we just said. There are 98 cars, 11 BMW.
99 now today. Apparently.
Sorry.
One late sign up.
Yeah, okay.
No, I didn't update the notes.
There we go. I think you rewrote this.
I did.
99 cars.
It just happened like 2 hours ago.
Is one of them a BMW, Miata, Honda, or Porsche?
It's a Miata. So
okay, goodness gracious. 11 BMWs, 7 Miatas, 13 Hondas, and 1 Porsche. And from Rude, Hella Effluence. Looking forward to a Studebaker versus Sidekick, TR7 versus MGB, a Sunfire versus Sunfire, Lemon's first Nissan Versa, a twin-engine Saturn, Malibu Max. Sorry, things are changing as I'm reading. Malibu Max, you should always be racing these.
Who has seen the Mid-Ohio wrap-up where they reference this exact Malibu Max?
I don't think we saw.
Came out yesterday.
Oh, no, we didn't then.
You were all featured in that wrap-up video. because that's Mike K's car, the Max, and his theme was the huffing paint.
Oh,
And they wanted to know where they got it. It is a clip from, well, you, Chris, going, I've been wanting to see this for a while.
Yeah.
So
good.
They may revisit that theme.
Good.
Good.
They should.
Right.
because
Well,
it's hilarious and
it's
simple.
also
Right.
it's also headed, it's to the judges. So yes, you said you wanted to see it, and you'll be there.
Huff and paint. Like it's elegant in its simplicity.
Elegant, so elegant. That is the word that I come up with.
That's why
when
you
I
use the
hear-
gold, and
and
silver.
the silver. Yes,
The
anything
gold
with
and silver.
anything with
That's
the
why
metallic.
it's elegant. Yes,
Oh,
the metallic flavors are apparently better to huff, according to the huffers. Yes.
Yeah. That makes sense.
All right, it's the results time.
Lemons was at Hallett. We had A, overall team Shockers Integra. Class B, Lemon Stang, and a very creative name for their O2 Mustang. Class C, Team Skid Steer with their Mercury Bobcat. Heroic Fix, Team 0 to 60, question mark, in their 1980s or early 80s 200 SX. That's great. Of course, they had to fix that. I got screwed with the Hellman and a 91 Firebird. Judge's choice, butt sweating beers and a Tercel. That there's no way that's not fun.
Yes.
The regional award, the Malaise Cup. Also a Mercury Bobcat, the same one, won the Malaise Cup. Good for them. That's rare.
Well, because they had it was I want to say there was like more than one, like either a Pinto and a Bobcat, because we talked about this last week. But
Yeah, but good for them. They pulled that out, and those guys do well with that car sometimes. That's great. Now, org choice, Sharknado Alley Racing in their Civic. IOE, Plump Friction in their 68 Mercedes 250. Wonderful. HMG is FUK U, so Fuk U Motorsports in their Impreza. I don't know what they did, but great job.
We did actually also had Champ was at Harris Hill. They did a double. A went to Powell Green Racing by 21 seconds over BFS Racing. Both of those were Miatas. B was Viking Chug, also in a Miata. Oh, then they were like 15 laps over another Miata. Then Dog Bite Racing had their Crown Vic, won Class D. Class C was Porsche Works. They were 10 laps it looks like 7 laps over a boring BMW. And F Class was a 280 ZX in that Z Lady, which is a good name.
Okay. All right, listener feedback time. On the YouTubes from last week's show, Greg O said the only alternate route, air quotes, on this Oregon Trail Challenge is updating the E1R bingo card to include a square for Barnyard Fiasco. I listen while mowing the yard and don't use the bingo cards, but it will make me smile as the former farmer plays along in his head. Also, he also said, all this talk about weirdos and lovely lady chickens, I expect, nay, demand a fresh Gonzo theme.
And when he says Gonzo, because initially my literary brain went to thinking about Hunter Thompson. No. He has gone not older school, but old school. Gonzo from the Muppet Show and his obsession with chickens. And,
That's where my brain went right away.
That's
Right?
a great idea.
He's
Right?
not wrong.
Yeah.
Great idea.
Hey, Jersey's coming up. Just a note.
Well, they're a team
Or
we do that
there's
did
a-
Muppet-based themes. I don't know.
That's a good one too. Yeah. But I think he was talking about you guys because there's a race in June as well.
There is. We've got something.
We have a
We
better.
do have a good one.
We're good. Yeah.
Yeah. Charlie P said, for the Oregon Trail Rally, someone should bring a Mustang or Bronco or Colt or whatever and pull a trailer done up like a covered wagon with it. Probably wouldn't win any awards, but it would definitely be in the spirit. And the Plush Rebel Mike K said, look up the original Road America Lemons race and the Conestoga Wagon Civic that had to do a test lap to verify it would clear the bridge. Yeah. They died of dysentery and a windowed block.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, Mental's AI game is strong. He posted a "May the 4th be with you" pic on our socials, and the pic of him looks just like him. The rest of us are, as the Bish said, generic white folk.
With
JPEG.
underscores.
Yes. Thanks for all the fun comments. One of my personal favorite comments that I got was from Jimmy Varelis. He said, "How come you look more and more Mexican in every one that he posts?"
I feel like most of us, I don't know, Chris doesn't, but I feel like I have a critique every time of the one I look like I'm in a wedding dress. Not sure how that turned out. Most of the time my hair looks more amazing than my normal hair. So
All right.
You did have giant man hands in one of the pictures.
I
too.
did.
What? Wait. I don't remember man hands.
Oh no, my hair is luscious and flowy, and I was like, I wish I had hair like that, but
Okay, because I'm going to say our Instagram Cinco picture was friggin' spot on.
Awesome.
So
It was.
yeah. All right, and then the Facebook. one
this
was
is not
even better,
against
too.
you. You're doing a
No.
fine job. You're not allowed to take this personally.
No, this is not a defense.
Yeah.
No
Yeah,
defense
yeah.
required.
Yeah, but whatever you put in for you is. Did you show them your picture?
Actually, I showed. It took me a while, but
must
I've been showing them everybody's picture.
Oh,
That one. So yeah, it's been an evolving process because there's another image that we'll just share this with our YouTubers, and we talked about this on our text thread.
are we doing
for
this?
Well, we're just not going to say what it is, but it is a real thing that I looked up and then just typed in what would happen.
All the people
and
listening now are going to be pissed.
or they'll just have to go to our YouTube,
Yeah.
or
I feel like it
email
should
us.
be-
I'll send you the image. It's been
I mean, the
damn
rest
funny.
of the image is so lovely. It is so no,
And the spirit of it.
right.
in
The
which it was
words
made
on
is
it
great.
are
Yep.
are so much. They're education, empowerment.
Mhm.
We can build healthier futures. It's like
I don't feel like a week is enough though. I mean, it's a truly explore. I think it needs to be a month.
Yeah, I mean,
who do you even tell that to?
it'll take
Hey, person,
three
can
of
you-
us. Three of us, it'll take us half the week to find it. So yeah, we just
Okay. Anyway, are we ready for main topic time?
Sure.
Okay, main topic time. How do we even move on from that? Goodness. Okay.
Like going to Road America.
Okay, we're
to
going to Road
Wisconsin.
America. Yay!
I'm
Yes.
going to Road America.
Oh, sorry. Yes.
No one else is going to Road America this time.
no,
Yeah.
it's going to Road America.
No, just
Right.
Well, no one on the screen right now is going to Road
Oh,
America.
none of us.
But we got
Lots
onto
and
our
lots of
socials.
people.
Lots of people are going to Road America, and we asked several because this is the third year, Lemon's fourth
Fourth, I think.
fourth year. They're there.
Time
And-
in the recent history.
Yes.
Yeah.
And and we'll go over this. Reality is Road America it's different. It is its own thing, and there's a lot of really good advice on there. So we solicited some advice from the listeners. Graham T said, "Don't listen to my weather reports." Yeah, okay, valid. Scott M, and you will hear this again. This is the theme. The blend line is easy to ignore. Don't.
No.
Very, very, very important. The carousel is a great place to pass if you have a neutral handling car. Front-wheel drive cars can lift the inside front tire coming out of Canada corner on that off-camber left. There are, or at least there were, 2 ripples in the pavement that have caused this. It doesn't upset the cars that he was driving, but he could see it causing some problems for everybody else. And then, now there was a discussion, but he mentioned slower cars practice your point by, and then also consider installing a boom and stereo for entertainment, yours and the corner workers, which is always good advice. There was a discussion about point buys. If you have the situational awareness to where you can do it without pulling your vision into the rearview mirror constantly, cool, because it's a good way to control how cars come inside and around you, and it also signals to the car behind you that you're aware. But do not make that your priority. So if you're new and you're just still trying to wrap your head around it, Don't sweat the point buys. The fast cars have already figured out how they're going to get around you. You focus on being predictable.
Good call. Matthew B says cooling, and more cooling. Also do a little tap of the brakes to make sure that you don't have a long pedal when going into turn 1, 5, and Canada. Benjamin W says, and the bend, the long pedal on entry is a real problem. Respect the exit of the carousel. I spun on the exit and went into the wall at high speed. The cement walls will hurt you. And then Greg H says, watch for other cars trying to dive bomb you into the bus stop. Buy a lot of cheese curds. They are epic.
Not wrong.
Gas station cheese curds. The ones
We're going to have so many.
Right?
Yes, that's
The large bag ones.
last race on Sunday. I started just giving cheese to people who come into the penalty box. And that went over really well. I think I'm going to have to start that earlier this year.
Corey asked me to stop and get him a very specific kind of expensive cheese. And I stopped at one of those, because there's like 4 cheese shops if you drive up from Milwaukee. Like literally, they're just like, they exist to sell you cheese. And you can drop some coin. But I did not sample a cheese that wasn't worth what I was paying for it.
Agreed. Andrew B said, the fastest cars are barely exceeding 130 miles an hour, and your speedometer is lying. You aren't actually going 150 miles an hour. Tim B, not me, said, tire and lug nuts here on Larry the Cancer Lancer. My personal opinion, save everything for the last half day and then send it. It's an endurance race, not a sprint.
You
Scott
will
Morrison.
need to check your brakes on Saturday night. Doesn't matter what you drive.
Just swap them.
Yeah.
Scott R said, new this year at Road America, they just put grasscrete on a few of the turns next to the curbs, including the exit of 14. That stuff will tear up your tires if you hit them. Stay off of them. Aaron P said, put a different gear in. That's all. Just long gears. David J said, traffic management, either as the faster or slower car, closing speeds are pretty high, so keep your eyes open. And blend line again.
Yeah. And brake pedal tap is another strong suggestion there. Also, your radio will probably only work about half the track. It's a huge facility. On a personal note, I'm going to try to suggest to myself that your entry speed in Canter Corner is usually 80. Don't try 102. It won't work. That sounds like good first-hand advice. Forrest J said, number 1, this is Wisconsin. Drink your weight in beer. Chase it down with cheese curds and old fashions. Behave like you're still sober after your 12th beer. Smash someone in a game of euchre. Act like you didn't have a single drop.
Euchre is how they,
Euchre. Okay, great.
Okay.
Yep. That act like you didn't have a single drop first thing next morning when the towny grandmas who outdrank you the previous night 2-1 will properly shame you. The stories behind this are going to be great. Go to Stop In Tavern and eat 3 brats while you drink those 12 beers. Watch grandma easily outdrink you over her Friday night fish fry basket. Be amazed.
Quite a story.
It is. That pedal on the right is the go fast button. Smash it. Watch your fuel tank empty faster than a Wisconsin college party can drain a keg. Trust me, that's hella fast. 4, the vortex of danger is universal, even when Wisconsin don't go there. 5, following say nice things about Wisconsin and its folk, you won't be lying.
Yep. Now, Uncle Dave asked, bring some spotted cow back to New Jersey for me. Also good advice. Kyle C. said a 4-cylinder BMW with an air filter that is clogged with rocks and tire marbles will lose speed going up the start-finish hill. Probably even not BMWs. Yeah. And Jeff S. reiterating our point about extra calipers and pad. Cold days, hard braking zones. We covered this. There are no ST43, so you're just doing the best you can with what you have. And I know we were doing brakes on. We actually ran out of brakes Saturday, and we weren't even driving that hard when I was there. So yeah, and rain tires can double as snow tires. Just throwing that out there. Also for this weekend, mentioned your epic Lemons Supreme Court. Judge Eric, the Rude himself, Judge Tom, the mad scientist out of Colorado, B-Train, and our esteemed technician supreme, Chris. And you get Jeff Stobbs. So that's just winning all the way around.
So much winning.
We're not going to laugh.
You're yeah, right. Your amazing cool house with video games.
Kim's Airbnb this year rented the 5 of us is like a geodesic dome kind of thing. It has an arcade room with a bunch of old school arcade games in it. So
That is so great.
we'll have a good time.
We'll love it.
Okay, don't forget to bring things to the potluck. I don't know that I've heard a whole lot about it, but I'm sure there's a potluck, so just plan to bring.
Celebrating Jill's 60th birthday.
Oh,
I think is
fun.
what it is, right? Yep.
Okay, yeah.
Bring shit.
Don't know, didn't hear about it, but bring shit. That would be the ideal thing. Okay, let's get into the actual trek. Road America is one of the premier road racing courses in North America, if not the world. Road America is nestled in the northern Kettle Moraine of Wisconsin. The varied hilly relief is a legacy of the glacier's meltdown at the end of their last stand in Wisconsin. Views in the fall while driving on the track are spectacular, both colors and topography, but don't get distracted. Road America is a high-speed, high-performance track, but well-driven cars with lower horsepower can make time on the twisty backside of the course.
Luckily, you'll be there in the spring.
Correct. Okay.
Which goes on to Mental Forecast, which yeah. So, but don't listen to me if you listen to the other advice.
The National Weather Service, like
Now, on Thursday, it's going to be partly cloudy. It's actually going to get down to 40, which, you guys were talking about snow. Okay, cool. It is 90 degrees right here. This is why I was wearing a sweatshirt when I went up there last time inside a cafe while everyone else was in t-shirts and shorts. There on Friday, you got a 20% shower chance of rain after 1, partially sunny. It's going to be 60 and there's going to be a slight wind, 5 to 10 miles an hour. You want to practice? You do not need to be on that track for practice when it is raining. You are asking to wad your car up. Just don't. All right. Now, Friday night, it's going to be partially cloudy with a low around 43. So bring a jacket because you are going to have to drive your car downtown, because this is an old school race and that is where your BS inspection is. And it is going to be awesome because that is just a great time. It's all around Sebens in the original street course. The whole town turns out like a mile before you get there to take pictures as you're going in. So bring candy, bring stuff, bring all your trinkets to give to the town folk. It is just an awesome, awesome time. On Saturday, 20% chance of showers, mostly sunny, got a high of 66. Going to get a little windier, 10 to 15, and it can gust up to 25. Saturday night, now you got a 40% chance of showers, but it's after 1 a.m. Chris and Jeff and those guys will be playing video games in their geodesic dome. It'll be fantastic. Got a low around 43. And then on Sunday, it's still got a 20% chance of showers before 1 p.m. And then it's going to be sunny with a high near 60.
seems like a lovely early May weekend in Wisconsin. That's
Absolutely.
good racing
Yes.
weather right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, except for the showers part. I think you guys might be busy in the penalty box.
Well, when the showers come up, then yes, we will.
Yeah.
But don't worry, we have things planned.
What? Brian Trainer's already got plans for sinister penalties? Say it isn't so.
Well, let's talk about the schedule. The tech times are all from 11 to 4, with the parade lineup starting at 5. Tech times are on the event page and can also be found directly here in the doopity-doos. Tech can take a little bit of time, so be patient and manage that according with your planned if you're going to do a test day as well. On Thursday, the 7th, 4 p.m., test day and Lemons Gate Band registration open. This is not the gate open time. It's registration only. The gate does not open until 7 for paddock parking.
So they'll show you
arriving
the field in the meantime.
They, literally out of chairs.
If you are arriving earlier for test day registration, that's fine, but your toy haulers, RV fleet, MRAPs will still have to wait in the staging lot outside until the gate opens. At 7 p.m., test day registration closes, and at 10 p.m., the Lemons gate registration closes. No armband, no entry.
Be prepared to be heckled as you go into the staging area field. Last year, that was a great thing. There's a couple of guys sitting there just enjoying themselves.
I hope they do that again. That was great.
Yeah,
it was great.
All right. Friday, 7 a.m. Gate registration opens. 9 to 5 is the optional Friday test day with a lunch break at 12 to 1, so where you can have a brat. This is $410 a car, up to 4 drivers with advanced registration. After May 3rd, which is when you're listening here, it's $460. Additional drivers are $25 each. To register and get more info, talk to the track. And make sure you make it to the driver's meeting if you're going to go to that. Otherwise, you have to drive and find a random guy to give you a driver's meeting. I had to do that a couple years ago. That's a pain. So get to the driver's meeting. If there's any inkling, you're going to be there. 11 to 4 p.m. is tech inspection. This is tech only, no BS. You are assigned a specific tech time. That's your time. No changes. You don't need to put costumes on for this. You don't need to all that stuff. Nope, just go to your tech time. That's it.
You also will never need to weigh your battery, and make sure the spelling of staff on the shirts actually is spelled correctly, because there's been issues.
So the drive stencil will not be a cat.
Are you sure?
Tim, you're on mute. Yeah.
Whatever he's on.
No, he's on mute. He doesn't care. Anyway, so it's good. So the reason tech ends at 4, and we're trying to, we'll do our best to get through everybody. I think they've got 3 people, or at least work in tech this years, to try to get through the whole thing, because everyone's got to be done with tech to get in line to drive down to Elkhart Lake for the parade. So there'll be everyone who's registered has gotten more information about this, and just going to listen to the PA for exactly when and how that exactly is going to happen. But in general, when it goes, you better be in line when it goes, because that's your chance to get through there. And if not, you're going to have to wait for inspection on Saturday morning, and you're not a priority Saturday morning because you didn't make it, unless you have a really, really good story. And last year, 2 people had really good stories. I felt bad. We classed them real quick because they had really good stories.
And if you've got a good story, tell them early. Get a hold of the judges before the parade starts. Don't come up on Saturday morning when they're trying to get a race started.
One of the teams had a variety of children, all of them with epic diarrhea, and they're like,
that was funny.
So yeah, I feel bad. So here's A. Anyway, so you go down to the parade. There's BS judging, block party. It's going to be great. Just park your car, get ready. If you're close to the front, where the bar at Siepkins is, that's where you're going to get tech early. If you're way down around the other side, you're going to get tech late. So that's also encouragement for you to get in line at the track early. And this year, fortunately, with only 99 cars instead of the 130 we had last year, we're not going to have to rush quite as badly to get through the tech line.
Good. Yeah.
Which is
that was
because
so
last year we felt a little bad about how we just
so bad
stop and listen to people as much as we wanted to, because we're I got 140 cars to get through and only a couple hours to do it. Sorry. So this should be a little bit better this year. I looking forward to that. Yes. So you're there from 5 to 9, and then you have the parade home, see everybody, have a good time. Can't go wrong. And 9:30 p.m. gate registration closes. No armband, no entry.
And it doesn't say here, but typically you can't really leave the party, especially if you're in the middle. You can't leave until it's over. Because there's just too many people around. So it doesn't really say that, but don't try to
most of the cars
get in and get out.
They're getting police escorted.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So
they block it. If you guys remember, the police blocked the exit with those big metal slider doodads.
Right. Yeah.
Until the 85-year-old guy in his 240D Mercedes tries to clatter his way through the entire thing.
Clang.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're going to plan to be there, bring your drinks, bring your family.
Yeah.
Bring your food, do everything that you need to, because you're probably not leaving.
And
Okay.
I will also throw this out there too, for the have someone buy the car, especially if you're like mid or towards the end of that. They're moving through, and if you're not there when they come through, you're getting 5 laps.
They're not waiting for you.
No. I mean, usually we'll
fair about it, but
yeah.
okay, you're not here. Like, we're gonna look around. We'll yell. Is anybody whose car is this?
Yeah.
There's no one there. We're moving down.
And there's a lot of distractions, so just make sure somebody's there at the car to go, guys, they're coming. Get over
or just
here."
look. It's not like we're hard to miss. We're the
Right.
only ones wearing robes with wagons
And and like we at least
orange shirts. And
right. And how we did it last year is
And
that you
again,
have-
make sure the staff is spelled correctly before you hand off that bribe.
but you have 2 people on one side, 2 people on the other. So you basically just look up the side of the street that you're on and see where the judges are and then find everybody. Okay, let's move on. Saturday, it is race day. So gates open at 7 a.m. That's with registration. 9 a.m. Mandatory drivers meeting. 9:30 a.m. grid time. Show up. 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. is the race session number 1, and gates close at 7 p.m. No armband, no entry. On Sunday, 7 a.m. the gates open again. 9 to 4 is the race session. 4:30 is award ceremony, and 6 p.m. there is a car-crushing wheels of cheddar dropped by helicopters by Wisconsin Mafia. Cheese it out of there. 6 p.m. Seems kind of early, so make sure you get your shit together.
Eat it.
Attic vehicles, motorized, not motorized. Any vehicle in there has to have a seat, and that is Road America's rule. And they're actually kind of hard about that one. Now, anything that you have that is not street legal that you're using in the paddock, you've got to get a Road America paddock vehicle pass at the admin office. So like where you show up before you get all that kind of stuff. And they're 8 to 5 on Friday and 8 to noon on Saturday. They actually do have golf cart rentals. They're not obnoxiously expensive either. It's a 3-day rental on there, and they're handled by the track. You can go to the website, which I just Googled, couldn't find it, attached this weekend, but you can get one of those things. And if you're one of those people that likes to go to all the different corners on the track, you're going to want a golf cart because that facility is huge.
Massive. Yes.
Yeah. Agreed. Let's talk more about that track, Tim.
Speaking of the track is 4.048 miles in length with 14 turns. The track surface elevation drops 160 feet from the start-finish line to the straight between turns 11, the kink, and 12, known as Canada Corner. And for those in low horsepower cars, it will feel like you have to climb all the way up from turn 14 to the start-finish line, and there is plenty of runoff room at all of the high-speed corners. But don't take our word. Don't not take our word for it. Stay on the dang track. All right. If the track surface is uphill from 14 to 1 and then downhill from 1, 2, and 3 and continuing downhill into turn 5, it goes back uphill again through 5, 6, downhill again from 6 to 7 and 7 to 8, and then relatively flat to downhill through 9, 10, which is the carousel, through the kink, which they run in lemons, and then flat from the kink to turn 12, Canada Corner, and then uphill again, 12, 13, and then flat from across the road on the right after turn 13 to 14. There are some really, really fast corners if you're set up correctly. 7, the carousel, 9, 10, the kink, 11 and 13. The sweepers are really quick on 14 and 1. Turn 12 is where you enter after one of the fastest straights of the track. So the long straights are between 14 and 1, and it is forever long.
Mm-hmm.
And between 3 and 5, and that one is downhill. So even you guys in the 70 horsepower cars are going to be bringing it into that left-hander. And then lower horsepower cars, again, 8 through 12.
So let's go in a little more detail. So turn 1, you've driven up this huge hill that, and if you've never seen it, it is way bigger than it looks in pictures. And you crest just before your braking zone in turn 1. Now, a clear day gives you a lovely view of the Kettle Moraine towards the south. Turn 1 is a lot faster than it looks. So it's actually not even a 90-degree corner. It's a little broader than a 90-degree corner. So keep that in mind when you're coming up there. So you need to start out with some good straight line braking somewhere after the first corner station. Depends on how fast your car is. Some of these cars are going to need to brake real early. Some of them are going to be able to stay on that gas a long time because they're so slow. But be conservative at first. This is the longest straight your car's probably ever been on. So start to bend your car into the sweeper at or after the 1 marker, aiming for a late apex. There may not always be cones out for turn in. They get knocked out pretty quickly, but apex and track outs are often there. So as a driver, start using other visual references, but a late apex is always safest. You're going to need a downshift, 5th, 4th, 3rd, whatever your gears are going to need there, but you're definitely going to need a downshift with your braking, and then power back out all the way through it. If you have different gearing, you may need 3rd, but it's faster than you think, but turns smoothly, and you really have to look through the corner to get all the speed that's there. There's so much there. But smooth and eyes up are going to help you a lot.
All right. Now he is mentioning coming out of turn 1, massive runoff right there. And you're going to go into 2 and 3. Now, as you're coming out of 1, you're just going to let the car go out of the center of the track, left of the lower point of the Briggs and Stratton sign, because you're in Wisconsin and that's just what is there. And then I just pushed the wrong button and everything scrolled away from me. And now there really is no turn 2. You're just kind of like, it's a slight kind of bend. You're on that. After you go into the Briggs and Stratton sign, aim for the copula on the top of the bathroom building in the distance on the left of the bottom of the hill. So you come out of turn 1, let the car kind of go to the center. You start clearing, looking on there. This is a good place to look that who just came through turn 1 way faster than you or way slower than you, and start getting yourself set up on that one. Downhill at an angle to the left. So it is a straight braking zone for turn 3. You've got to take this one correctly. Not so much that it's dangerous, but because you are also coming into a really, really, really long straight. So you get yourself set up on there, get into the brake, get it smoothly, downshift, apply power from the apex all the way to the track out, let the car come back over to the right center after track out, because you're going to want to get set up on there, especially if you're in a slower car, kind of get out of everybody's way, because you're going to be on the gas for a long, long time. Remember, with Road America, it's all courses, but particularly Road America on this one, the less you actually have to turn the wheel, the faster the car is going to go.
Mm-hmm. All right. From turn 3 to turn 5. This is the second fastest part of Road America. And there are lots of passes that can't be made on the front straight. You can make those here. You want to check your mirrors, be polite. High horsepower cars will just walk away from you here, but be very, very careful with closing speeds when you get to the braking zone. So as you track out from turn 3, you're going to end up on the left side of the track. And to get online for turn 5, you want to look at the bridge that's coming up above you. And it's the Sargento truck sign on the bridge that crosses over the track. You want to aim for the word people in the phrase just below the right side of that sign. After you've gone, aim for the people.
Aim for the people.
Especially if you're in a Mustang.
I think they call that one Corvette Bridge too, because when they do the IMSA stuff, that one gets bought up by the Corvette guys. But yeah.
So
sorry.
That's okay. So after you've gone under that bridge, you want to aim for the left side of the white Al Chapa sign, which is way off in the distance. Aiming at the left side of that sign will bring you back near the grass on the left and get you set up for the braking zone in turn 5. If you are set up too far to the right, the track is going to be coming at you very quickly, and you are going to be having to do steering and braking, and that will get for a very interesting moment for you. So coming down into the braking zone, you want to do all your braking in a straight line. So super important that you have set this up, you understand where the cars are around you, and you don't have to make any sort of maneuvers. If you're trying to weave through traffic as you're braking, you are going to likely be seeing the judges in the penalty box. So moving diagonally towards the right side of the track while you're braking, the surface is cambered like any other road, and your car is much more stable under braking starting on the left. There's no room for error on the right. There is a small strip of dirt and then a wall. What you will see as
they're longer than you.
Yeah. What you will see on the right as you're coming down the hill before the braking zone is generally a digital sign that will tell you if there is yellow in that corner, because the track workers are on the inside of the turn at the apex on the left. And it's tricky to see them until you're very close. So they have that other sign, the digital sign. So keep an eye out for that as you're coming in before you're getting on the brakes. And then always watch for that, because people get this wrong and cars will go straight through into the gravel. So you will see the yellow in this corner.
There have been some pretty gnarly pileups in this corner, even in Lemons. So
yes.
watch out.
And it feels like you could take it faster than you really can. This is really a one where you just go into it. Like if you come through it 3 times, you're like, God, I could have come through there faster. And you build up to that speed, you're going to be a lot happier than trying to come at it from the other end hot and then correct yourself. Just accept you could be better and add speed slowly, because this one will punish you.
And as you, so here, we'll get there in a sec. So get off the speed, get the car under control, keep a little bit of brake as you turn in, and then smoothly apply the power all the way to track out. And be careful on track out. The curbs, you can hit them, but they're going to punish you for it. They are very, very aggressive curbs. Dragon's teeth, not like not turtles. But they will shake your teeth out and rattle anything that is not fully tightened on your suspension. Will rattle it loose. So be very careful on that.
And it's going to cost you acceleration because your tires won't get any grip on it. Yeah, it's awful.
So out of turn 5, you're going to go up the hill past the Six Flags, the corner worker station, which is at Corvette Bridge. And slow down.
I screwed you up on the Sargento versus the Corvette Bridge. I was one turn.
That's all right. And you want to get ready for a slow turn 6.
All right. So as Tim mentioned, you're coming out of this corner, you're headed up towards Corvette Bridge, and you're on it, and there'll be a little bit of passing there. It's not a great place to pass. You think it is, until you try to do it. So you're going through 5 right there if you're watching this on YouTube, and you're headed up towards Corvette Bridge. And it is, after you go onto that bridge, almost an immediate slight drop, and then it goes left. And it's a 90 and then some. So as you start to crest Corvette Bridge, short shift up a gear just before the crest, lift, brake. If you jump on it really, really hard, you go up there, you're going to be wrestling the car through. You're going to get light. So you're going to unbalance the car, and you're going to slide through a lot of that turn, especially early in the morning, or if it just rained and there's not a lot of heat in the track. Turn 6 is a blind left-hander with all of your view blocked by the hill and the bridge. So just like 5, you don't gain time in 6. You only can lose it. What you are thinking about is getting through 6 smoothly to set yourself up for 7, which is one of the faster corners. So brake just before the crest, release the brakes, let the car settle. You need to downshift, go ahead and do it right here. There's even a little dip after the paving. So as a car comes up to the line, just get it into the corner. Do not turn early. Your brain's gonna be like, oh, bridge, I got to turn narrow, turn out. No, make sure you get all the way through it. Now, duck waddle. Who is duck waddle? Says the turn is 57 feet past the bridge. Don't ask how he knows, but he's right. So
he's waddled it. It's fine. It's important. He's waddled it to measure.
Oh, so there you go. All right. You want a late apex this one because it is just the 90 degrees. So outside, inside, outside on there, get on the apex and then roll into that throttle. Don't hammer it, roll, track out. You want to go ahead and get that upshift, even if it's a bit early, to get the turn in for turn 7. Let the car come over back immediately, but smoothly back to your side as you're setting yourself up. So you're going to go outside, inside, outside, and immediately set it up for 7, which is right-hander. So get yourself back over there to the outside to go inside, outside. Because if you get out of 7 right, this is where you can get some passing done.
Yeah, 7, you can carry a lot of speed through 7 if you didn't screw up coming out of 6, basically. So after you've come back across the track to the left out of 6, you can lift, you can brush the brakes, you can short shift and turn in smoothly. It depends on your car, your power, and your level of grip. But by the time you are coming out of it, you are at full throttle. This is one of the few mid to early apex turns at Road America. So I'd say go toward mid than early. It's always safer to be on the mid side. At the very least, try to just kiss that apex curb so you're never using the whole track. You may need to short shift up or shift up another gear before track out, but just try to get the car smooth to get really, because you're getting some decent speed through here. And if you carry good speed through it, you've got a nice little straight that you can actually make some passing in before you come into the hard left turn at 8 coming up.
And I've noticed that a lot of people over slow for 7. And there's a ton of run out room.
Usually after they go too fast into 6.
Yes.
And then they overslow for 7. And then you get around them and you won't see them again for another lap, when they get on you. Yeah.
So as you're coming out of 7, you're going downhill towards turn 8. 8 is another late, like really late apex turn. You want to get your braking done in a straight line, turn in and get that power squeezed on nice and smooth, a lot like turn 5. 2 things are different though. You're usually going much faster than you think, the hurry down straight. And the first part of 8 is off camber, but still going downhill. So make sure to be really smooth there and keep the throttle on and modulate it to settle the car down as you approach the apex, where you can really dial in a little bit more and more power a little bit after that apex. So once again, you won't save time by trying to charge through here, but lower horsepower, folks, this is the start of your world. Driven correctly, the next 5 turns are the quickest part of the track. So set yourself up very smoothly for 9 and 10 by tracking out, staying to the right as you pass under the eye on the Speedville sign on the bridge.
This is also an area where you're kind of starting to pay attention, because there are going to be people that, as Tim mentioned, they're going faster than they realize, and they're going to come to the inside of you and then lock them right up. I don't know how many times, more times than I didn't going into that corner, I would hear tires. Oh crap, I'm going way faster than I thought. All right. So as Tim promised, Miata people, low horsepower people, Class C people, now is your time to shine. This is turn 9 and 10, the carousel, as it is known. Now, Lemons is running the kink, and we will talk about that one as we get to it. But 9 and 10 are actually just, you've just come through 8. You've got this really smooth corner. On a map, it looks like it's one turn. It really is 2 separate turns. So start entering the carousel with your right wheel about a foot from the edge of the track and hold the car there, because you don't want to drive it farther than you have to. Now, higher horsepower cars are going to have to come into there, and they're going to kind of slide out a little bit at entry, but you want to get the car to rotate. And as you move further into the corner, you're going to watch out for the marbles as they're all gathered up on there, because that's where they all get flung. So it is harder to get back to the apex, and it is all the way around the corner. So this is a great place to practice your vision, that imaginary line through the center of the windshield, and get your eyes far over there as possible. And look, even if you can't see it, you're looking to where that car is going to go. So look where it is, and you're going to steer the car perfectly. And the first time you do it, the first time your vision is actually looking through that corner and the car comes through it, you're immediately going to feel that. There's some great physical feedback that comes through that. You want to be smooth with your throttle and your input. There is just no cause to make any sort of radical brake, yanking on the wheel, any of that stuff. Smoother cars are just going to motor away from everybody as they go through this kind of stuff. Now, on the left, kind of up the hill, there is a flag station. So dart your eyes up there as you're entering into that corner. Find out where it is on that practice day, because there is vital information coming into that one. Because as we talked about, Lemons is running the kink.
And the kink is a bit of a legend, and also a corner that can punish you very badly if you do it poorly. So try to do it right. This is a fast sweeper, like turn 7, but there isn't really any runoffs here. So you've got to be smooth. You've got to be late apexing, to be safe there, and you've got to have your eyes up to make sure nothing else has gone wrong for other people there as you're coming out. You can get a good head of steam out of the carousel. So be careful. You depending on your turn, I'm not sure if you're going to need to brush your brakes or lift or whatever it's going to do, but really you're bending that car into the apex at the last brake marker. Touch the curbing for a late apex on driver's right and let the car track all the way out. There's lots of room, but don't go further than that. And if you've apex late enough, you won't have that problem. If you apex early, then you're going to have a bad time. So as you exit track out, bring the car gently towards the right and then the left toward kettle bottoms. Now, smooth and careful passing here. If it rains, which it might, water runs across the track here, and many people have crashed just beyond this because there's standing water on the track and they weren't ready for it. So now if you apex too early, like you realize it, just take it easy. Don't just abruptly lift off the gas. You've got to ease your way through it. Slow the car gently. If you happen to get too off at exit, drive on the grass and go straight very carefully and wait till the track comes back to you. Don't try to fight your way back onto the track. Again, gonna have a bad time.
I didn't realize they changed the course and they're doing the kink this year.
Well, we could be wrong. We'll find out.
I hope we're wrong because it's fast.
But I think we were doing the kink to slow people down so they didn't come hauling into can a quarter with a full head of steam.
Well, doing the bus stop, because the turn is called the kink.
Yeah.
The sweeper is called the kink. We normally do the bus stop. In that one.
Never mind.
And if we are doing the bus stop, then ignore most of what I just said and just know that coming out of the carousel, you've got to get hard right to brake hard for a 90-degree left. That's basically a throwaway corner, because the one that really matters is the 90-degree right after that, which is setting you up for kettle bottoms. So
yeah, if they are running the bus stop, I don't care if you're
it's way safer
car or a Miata,
way safer,
or a Golf or anything. For the love of God, just don't. You're not going to pass there, okay? Unless it's a broken car or something. Just don't. Just tuck in, find your place in line, and if you have to give something up because you've got time to, it's an endurance race. Start going 3 wide into there. That's just dumb.
Now, if you know that the car in front of you might not be, let's say they haven't really hit their marks leading up to this turn, you can racecraft your way to give them a little bit of a lead and run through that bus stop at a higher speed than them, catch them exiting the bus stop, and then pass them going down through turn 11. You can catch people off there because there will be people that will way over slow for that corner. But let's talk about bottoms, shall we? Kettle bottoms specifically. And that's turns 11 to turn 12. While this half-mile section of track is considered a straight, it is anything but that, and you must respect it. You're going to be going fast through here, and it can be uncomfortable considering the track is narrow and lined with concrete on both sides or Armco barriers, with very little runoff room between the surface of the track and a certain terrible time on the concrete. Drive very smoothly with slow hands on the wheel. If you have other cars around you, no sudden movements. Be very predictable. Be respectful of each other. And as you track out of the kink on turn 11, drive along the rumble strips on the left side of the track, look for that corner worker station and the hole in the fence that's straight ahead of you in your line of sight. This is the perfect reference for the approach to the first of the 2 left-hand bends. So begin to drive towards the corner worker station prior to the end of the track out rumble strip. The line will now gradually cross the track at a diagonal to the right side of the track, and the cars move. The track moves, not the car's trajectory. So let the car just kind of drift. There is an unpainted rumble strip on the right side about halfway to that corner worker station, and you want to just kiss that rumble strip. Continue going straight, then add a little bit of steering input to return to the far left side of the track while going through that first little left-hand bend. Let the car track out gently to the right side of the track and stay to the right side and make a little straight between the 2 left-hand bends in the track. At this point, you're going to be picking up a lot of speed, having accelerated all the way from the kink. As you begin to see turn 12, add a little bit of steering input once again to cross the track diagonally to the left side to enter that straight line braking zone for turn 12. Give this section a lot of respect. It's fast, and you will see a big difference between your high horsepower aggressive cars and your lower horsepower cars.
Turn 12
is definitely going to be taking pictures over the course of the weekend running.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes. Absolutely. All right. Turn 12, Canada corner. You will hear this referenced a bunch. This might very well be the hardest braking you're going to do for an entire lap. And maybe a little more at 5, if you're in a faster car because you're flirting with high speeds. But what's most important is that you are braking smoothly, because this corner, there's a lot of nuance there. So you want to make sure that you're coming into it, the car is set up, you're scrubbing off speed, but you are also balancing the car for what is going to be from the fastest part where you just came hauling the mail down through there. Now, keep a bit of a safety zone on your left side because the track actually does narrow. And as Tim mentioned, you're going to be doing that straight line into the braking zone on that one. And it's a bit of a bumpy surface. So you come in there slightly, you're going to want to move over about a half car width, especially if it rains, because there's going to be a bunch of crap there. Brake smoothly, downshift. And as you start to come out of the turn into the apex, you're rolling onto the throttle. Now that throttle, and as you go up to hill to compress the suspension, that's going to keep the car nice and stabilized on that one. And you track out to your left, then sweep back over to the right because there's another left-hander that's coming up. And you don't have to make it to that apex because that apex is banked and uphill, which is going to give you a little bit of chance for that full throttle on the exit. But stay left at the track out for an extra count or two as you're going through this one. This turn, more than any other one, is the one that separates the nuanced drivers from the hammer pedal, crank wheel, hammer pedal types. The folks that have delicate touch and smooth inputs, they're going to walk away from you.
Yeah. Now, 13, I actually found a little trickier than I expected going through 13 because you're coming up the hill from 12 and then you can't see it real well. But it's going to hang you back to the left a bit. Now, track out is well past the turn on driver's right. It's a fast sweeper, but you're going to need to at least lift, if not brake, touch the rumble strips on driver's right, then gradually get back to the power to get to the apex curbing, continuing, to add power on until you're flat out to head toward 14. Now you're underrunning the wheel, but you need to be looking ahead toward 14 because it's easy to just get caught behind on this corner, and that screws up your little section here, which screws up your turn 14, which screws up your whole straight. So really a track out, just aim for the right side of the black flag area before 14 from the access road. And then, you're going to be braking straight into 14, but really you kind of give up 13, but just don't get caught by it. I definitely needed some more time on this corner.
And screwing up 12 will absolutely screw up your 13 too.
Yeah. which then might screw up your 14. So you like, if anything, ease off going through 13 to get yourself back under control so you can get 14 right.
So as you come out of 13, you should put your eyes up to the left, and there's a board up there. And chances are your number is going to be on that board with a black flag being waved. So check it out, homeboy. If you see that, get over to the right and put your arm out the window and get ready to come into the penalty box. If you are going to exit the track after 13, you should stay right around the entire turn of 14 and let everybody else have their little fun racing. Make it very clear that you are exiting. This is a fast right-hand sweeper. It's more than 90 degrees, and this leads up to the main straightaway, which, as you all know, is the most important corner on the racetrack, is the turn before the straight. So be very careful when you're coming out of this turn. You want to watch for these people that are exiting, and check your mirrors and make sure that you are set up coming into here. This turn has generally has some track out with a little bit of a curb, which is friendly, but usually right after the curb, there's a pothole. Mm-hmm. So if you stay on the curb, you're okay. If you fall off of the curb, you're going to have a moment. So make sure, big clang, at a fairly high speed, right? So make sure.
And then you get to limp it all the way around 4 miles because you've already missed pit out.
Yeah. With your busted hoopty. So, so give this turn some respect. I'd say sneak up on it. Give yourself the first couple of laps, a half to a quarter car length before you get to that curb and start to figure out where your turn in is, where the apex is, and how much speed you can carry through it. You've got a whole weekend to figure it out. Don't do it in the first hour, please.
And that's the theme for this whole track is it is fast, it is narrow, it will punish you if you do it wrong. Work up to it, late apexes, early braking, until you gradually are getting the hang of it. But don't just attack from first one.
Yeah. There is one spot that you can attack or just relax. And that is after 14 to the start finish line, because you are going to be just like checking your gauges and like making sure you don't have any like text messages. Like it takes
crossword puzzles
ever to get up that hill. Yeah. Do your cardinal, like whatever you need to do.
Taxes. Yeah.
Taxes.
But that does bring up a point about this track. And I would argue not as bad, but to a very severe degree. So if you have the option of flying into a corner to maybe pick up 2 to even 10 seconds, but it's a low probability and you're going to get black flagged, it takes forever to get to penalty because you've got right at turn 14 and you've got to go all the way up that pit lane at 35 miles an hour. Then you got to turn into the paddock. And then you got to go through the paddock to come over there. And then you've got to go down because track entry is a little bit farther down. A black flag trip here, even on a 4-mile course, is going to cost you a minimum of 2, if not 5 laps. So,
yep.
Just think about that. Like, I got to get that around this guy. You know what? No, I don't. Because if I screw this up, I'm going to be in the penalty. And as before, Chris gets a wild hair up his butt and decides you're getting out of the car to do something. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, I'll give you cheese, but you're gonna need to take some time.
But you're only gonna have so much cheese. So
I know last year we couldn't even get through all the cheese that people gave us.
Agreed. But you will get cheese and something else. So it's probably going to happen.
We did have the brat swinging contest too.
Yes, yeah, amazing.
Yeah, we had puzzles. Now we've got a bit of a competition planned right now for those who are coming into penalty. that everyone, at least starting at penalty 2, can participate in a leaderboard for that. So, yeah, it'll be
this.
Mm-hmm. So,
Hey,
it'll be a great weekend.
it always
Hopefully Tom will have his his broadcast, his live streaming of the penalty box. That would be epic.
I'm sure we'll have a good time with it.
Sure.
Great. See you there, everybody. Say hi.
Sounds great.
Yeah. Enjoy, everybody. Do we have a just the tip?
I think we have like a real just the tip.
Wow.
Is kind of one.
What?
Ready?
What is it?
It's just tip.
All right. So it's been a while. So let's learn about from somebody at work who got injured using a belt sander. So this piece of machinery is pretty darn old, but is in fine working condition, has 2 different belts on it. One is one of those long, skinny belts that kind of go around. And the other one is one flat disc that you basically is circular, but it goes around, and you basically push something to the front of that disc.
This is a big freestanding machine. It's not a hand.
Freestanding machine. Thank you. Yes.
Don't touch the thing spinning the wrong direction.
Well, that might have been what happened.
Buddhist in it.
Okay. So, yes. So we're not sure that this employee knew the dangers of this machine. So possibly knew that they were deburring a piece of metal, square piece of flat stock. And so we're not really sure that they knew the nuances of this machine. So, either way, the machine, so basically he put the piece of metal incorrectly on the flat disc of the spinning machine, and that's a good picture. Sure. It's a little different than that, but that's basically the idea. Yes. So if you're watching on YouTube, you have a picture of it. But basically, if you're on one side, it does not have that guard. So that's part of the problem. So if you put your disc on the as you're looking at it, the left-hand side, it will be going down. If you put it on the right-hand side, it will go up. So long story short, the gentleman was using it to deburr. It bounced off the wrong way, maybe sucked into the machine, flew out, maybe hit his chest, basically cut his face. And then we spent the night in the ER, it's very, very sad, actually. And he's supposed to get married soon. And so he now has a scar on his face. So my answers to you are, if you are using a piece of equipment that you're not really used to, just ask. That's not dumb. It's not ask. It is making sure that you are not going to get hurt doing something, especially sometimes trial and error is not the right answer. So if you are working around somebody, or send a picture and just don't just give it a try. Actually, just ask somebody and make sure that you're using the right piece of equipment. You're using it correctly. And then also wear your PPE. This could have been a lot, probably not as bad, if not happened at all, if he had a face shield on. And we have a lot of bench grinders on the other side of the machine room that he was in our shop at work. He could have, if he had a face shield on, their face shields everywhere. They're just not right next to where this machine was. So if he was wearing a face shield, he probably could have done a little bit better. So just don't mess up your face. Don't mess up your eyes. Just wear the PPE, even if it's uncomfortable or in an awkward spot or whatever it is. And just watch out what you're doing. Read the manual. Do something. If you think this,
stop and think through. Is this the best angle to be using on this machine? Is this the best machine to be using? Or is this
the best machine?
Like to solve this problem? Like, is there any way I can do this in a more secure way that doesn't have the weird angles that I'm working with and this and that? Like, yeah.
Because I have one of those. It's not as nice as yours, but it's got the circle on one side and the belt on the other. And where I will forget is you can't use the whole circle. You have to use half of it. If you try to use the whole circle, it is throwing whatever that
it'll
is.
fly away. That's correct.
Yeah. And every now and again, I'm like, darn it. Yep. I knew that.
But
I knew
this guy's face was in the way. And that's partially why. And then, the other side of it, the belt might have been a better solution anyway, just to not even use that side. So especially with deburring, and we have multiple of the side by side stone on one side and then the flappy wheel on the other side. So we had other options, and this is the one that he used. So not really sure that anybody had taught him those, the way of this machine and what they could do to you. So that's why I'm just, giving my word of caution to make sure that you are, PPE is, here's my safety brain, check this off, giving a safety talk. PPE is the last line of defense, right? So let's learn about how we can use the right machine, use it the correct way, work with the actual equipment before you're going to rely on a face shield. Safety talk over. Thanks.
Face shields are important, just because remember, you can't hear boobies. Protect those eyes.
Yeah.
On that note,
Chrissy can't write that in a toolbox talk.
I can't write this in a toolbox talk.
But I feel like if you wrote it on a toolbox, you can't hear boobs. Wear your face shield.
Yeah.
You'd probably have a lot more adoption of that,
Maybe so, but if it's coming from me, I'm not sure how that message goes. That's the bigger problem.
If you just dropped a flyer on the ground and walked away.
Sure. Sounds great. All right. That's all I got. That's my safety talk.
All right. Good stuff, though. It's very super important.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Well, thanks, everybody.
Yeah, it was nice seeing you guys.
See you.
Thanks for
Some
listening.
of you at Road America.
Oh,
Yeah.
yay,
If you're
have
going to
fun.
be at Road America, have fun, be safe. Go to the parade.
Seriously. And go in that bar sequence. God, the history in that place is just amazing.
Don't wander too far from your car.
Nope.
Right.
All right.
See you,
Bye,
everybody.
everybody.
Bye.
Thanks for downloading us. We hope you enjoyed this week's edition of Everyone Racers. We also hope you will join us in the world of driving, racing, and building, because everyone can be a racer, even you. If you enjoyed this podcast, subscribe. It's totally free. Then go to iTunes and give us a 5-star rating. Even if you hated us, give us 5 stars and tell us why. If you have any questions or show ideas, drop us a comment on our Facebook page, Everyone Racers, or email us at everyone.racers@gmail.com. You can still text us at 484-243-0455. Find us on Instagram at everyone.racers, YouTube and Facebook under Everyone Racers, or even Reddit at /E1R. Thanks again, and until next week, keep the shiny side up, unless, like us, there is no shiny side, then just keep those wheels down.